Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Ed, and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to use a grid method for sketching, and then I'll go into doing a full painting in another video. But this one is going to be just sketching, and I'm going to be talking at a lower voice because it is 11:30. And I was supposed to nap for 30 minutes, but that turned into 4 hours. And you're probably thinking, oh, he must be ready. He must have a pencil, and we're building a grid, so he must have a ruler, right? Right. But we'll improvise, we'll use math and figure it out. So first, I'm gonna unwrap this big guy. Also ignore all the burn marks that I have. Not even I can ignore them. Anyway. Okay, the image that I'm going to be sketching, I'll have on the screen, and I'll be looking at it on my phone. And the reason why I picked this image is because this is a friend of mine, and if I use an image from the internet, it might get reported for copyright. But if I use a friend and they report me for copyright, I'm going to beat their ass. And as you can tell on the image, the grid is already on it, which is pretty simple to get done. I can put a link to the website that I used. It was basically the first result that I got when I put grid method or grid generator, something like that. It does it for you automatically, so you know what to draw on the canvas and then go by that. I also picked this image because it's an image that they edited, but because I'm using acrylic, it's very acrylic friendly, basically. It's something that's easy to recreate based on the tones, based on the sharpness of the edges, based on the highlights, and there is no black area, so it's going to be really colorful. And then as a thank you at the end, I'll probably just give it to them. And this is going to be my pencil. So because we have two lines here, and I don't know where the middle is because I don't have a ruler, I can already tell that this is the middle part. So I can already draw a line here, or just, hold on. Now, that's not going to be the line, but it'll let me know where the middle is from here, and then what the middle part from there is. So I can create 3 equal rows. You know, I'm not really mad about this. This might work. Forget I'm left-handed. All right, so if I fold this in half, so that's not the middle part. Okay. See, now I can tell. Now I can tell it's not the middle part. Cool. Okay, so this is the middle part. There we go. See, that makes more sense. And a good thing that I like, actually, that I'm using a marker is when I use a pencil, I'm very prone to like making a mistake and just start erasing like crazy. You should just go along, and because you're going to end up painting over it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna fucking kill myself. Okay, I went ahead. I originally had an image with 3 rows and 4 columns, but because I'm not using a ruler, I tried to make my own ruler. But because I have OCD, this is what happened. So it took me like an hour to figure out, just build a new grid. But when you have OCD and you're also like really stubborn, this happens. Fuck. Now the way that I go about this is, since we have like middle parts here, 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 those are the edges that I tend to look at and then build from there. If I look at my phone here, on this side here, we can see, actually, if I look here, I can see like the beginning of the hairline. So I can just start from there. Over here, I can see more hair. The edge of the forehead hits the corner right here. So I can do that. The top of the collar is right here. So I can go from here, and then it's going to curve a little bit above the corner. So I just connect them. And then complete that. It's only going to come out from like a little bit over the edge here. And then, like I was saying earlier, if you look at the middle here, the sleeve, it's going to be a little bit, just a little bit towards the right. So I know this is the middle, and I can mark that there. It's only going to go up to like maybe this area. I know the shoulder is not going to be quite in the middle here, just a tiny bit above. So I marked that. It's going to go a little bit up. The strap of, I'm assuming it's a bag or an overall, but that little strap is going to hit this corner here. And then be right in between the edge and this. So it's going to create like a triangle. So I'm going to draw that triangle. Continue. And then a little bit towards the right of the middle, like look at the middle, a little bit to the right. That's going to be where the shoulder ends. And now we can have like a better visual of where the shirt is going to continue. And once you have like those middle edges, it's easier to kind of like visualize the rest of it. So the other shoulder is going to be right at the bottom here. So we can stop right here actually. And then the folds here on the neck, that's going to come in later, and that's easier to just paint it as opposed to actually drawing it, because there's going to be, I think the blending matters more than the actual shape or the layout. And then here the chin. Like I said, the edge of the forehead is going to be right here. So we can just bring that down. And if you see the top of the forehead, it's kind of like right in the middle of the square. So we can just guide that there. And the hair is just above it. The edge of the neck is pretty easy to measure because it's like right by the line. And then the bottom of the ear cuts the corner right there. There's going to be like, I see a highlight of the hair that hits right the middle of the corner. So I'm going to draw that right now. And I don't worry too much about the hair because like the different strands of hair, because again, that's going to be more of like the paint's job to create that illusion than it is for me to have everything shaped up. So I just focus more on like the highlights, the dark areas. is where the edge, like the middle part of the eyebrow, is going to cover just above. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. The eyes are not going to look exactly like the face overall is not going to look exactly like the reference image. But as long as you have like a general view or like sketch outline, that should be good enough. So right in the middle is where the lip right in the middle here, we can see the edge of their left eye, like the eyeliner start. So we can kind of guesstimate it right here. So just from taking a step back and looking at it and looking at the image, I can already tell that something isn't adding up, which happens every time, and that's okay. So I can tell that this has to go further out and the eye has to lower just a little bit more. The nose has to move this way, and the lips also have to extend just a bit more. This is less noisy too. I should have started with this. All right, the eye has to come down a bit more. Actually, a bit more than that. The eyelid is gonna go here. The yellow eyeshadow is extending just a bit more. The nose, or like I forgot what this is called, but like what connects the nose to the mouth. It's gonna be further to the right. Okay, so I got that part wrong. Gonna be a little bit from this side. Can tell the shoulder it's a little lower and more outward. So I'm gonna extend that. This is pretty good. I just have to lower it on this side more. There we go. Same thing with the shirt. And then the neck, did I just write on myself? This has to come down a little bit. And that's the thing about making like these little mistakes at the beginning, and I don't sweat it too much. It's because those little mistakes kind of give you a better idea as you go along. It's kind of like putting a puzzle together. I'm not going too crazy with the branches because that doesn't have to be as exact. Like the face has to look like the face, but these branches can kind of vary a little bit. So I'm not putting too much effort into those for right now. All right, we're looking good. Perfect. That should be pretty good for now as I keep going. All right, so that's going to be it for right now. It is 2 in the morning. And then in my next video, I'm going to start painting it. I'm going to start mixing colors, my favorite part, and then go from there. And then you'll guys see how everything is going to start coming together, especially when we start creating tones, different colors, highlights, dark areas, and it does get easier. To me, this is the hardest part. Drawing to me is way harder than actually painting. So I'm looking forward to the next video. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned.